Greetings, I'm the Bulgarian Crocodile. Today I'm gonna talk about my most anticipated films, so films that I'm very much looking forward to. I picked 40 films here, and by the way, these aren't upcoming films, but most of these are older films, although there are a couple very recent films as well. But as you guys know, I'm not very happy about the state of cinema at the moment, so I'm not usually looking forward to new films that much. Although there are of course some directors whose films I'm very much anticipating. Like I recently heard that Lee Chang-dong is gonna shoot a new feature film this year, so I'm really looking forward to that. I think he's working on the script now, and I thought that he might be retired, so I'm very happy that he isn't retired yet. And then I'm very excited always for new Korean films and new Hamaguchi films, and yeah, I'm excited for new Asian films in general, but then European and American films I'm not that excited about these days. But anyway, there are quite a few films here, so hopefully you can get also some recommendations from this list. Although, again, I cannot say whether these are great films or not because I haven't seen them yet, but I'm pretty sure that most of these will be really good films. My hunches are usually pretty good, so yeah. But these are in alphabetical order, so let's go through them. So first we have a film called The Amazonian Angel. So I think this experimental film. It's been I think a couple of years since I first heard about this. I don't know that much about it, but it's just based on this kind of poster and this very hypnotic looking shot here. I think it just looks like something that I will be interested in. And there you can see the synopsis of it. And yeah, it has 4.1 on Letterboxd, so quite highly rated. But this is something that I haven't been able to find a good copy of this or copy at all, I think. So let me know if there is a good quality copy of this out there. Yeah. And this is the case with many of these films that I just haven't been able to find a copy, or maybe I've found a copy but it's maybe like 360p or something, and then I haven't watched it. Although usually I'm willing to watch those like really bad quality copies if that's the only way to watch the film. But I feel like in the last couple of years I've kind of gotten a bit worse with those low quality copies. Like a few years ago I was still more willing to watch those really bad quality copies, but now okay, when my eyes are just so used to good quality copies, so it can be hard to go to from like 1080p or 4K to 360p with lots of field in the image. Yeah. But then we have a Kim Ki-duk film, and I could have picked many Kim Ki-duk films because I have only seen 5 films by him. I've enjoyed them all, but I chose this one, Birdcage Inn. It sounds interesting. Yeah. But I should really do a Kim Ki-duk binge sometime soon, as he could even become one of my favorite directors because there are already 2 films by him that I really love, and then the other 3 that I have seen have been very good too. So I feel like there's a pretty good chance that he might enter my favorite directors list if I binged many of his other films. And we are gonna do a podcast on one of his films soon called Spring, Summer, Fall, Winter, and Spring, his most famous film. So I'm looking forward to that. Then we have an Iranian film, The Day I Became a Woman. So I think this shot here to me looks very interesting. And usually, kind of if I see like a great looking shot on like a letterbox page, that's something that often gets me very interested in particular films. And if I really love the shot, I often kind of I can often tell from the shot alone that I'm gonna love a film, and I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna love this film. Well, I think this is a film that has like 3 different interconnected stories, and it's all about kind of the experience of women in Iran. Yeah, and this is a pretty highly rated film here. Yeah, And I don't know that much about this director. She didn't direct again that much. But she's actually the wife of Mohsen Makhmalbaf, who is a great director. So that also kind of makes me very interested in her films because she's his wife. Yeah. So maybe they are like a powerhouse uh, filmmaking couple. So yeah, very much looking forward to this one. But I haven't been able to find it. Although it says that on Amazon there is some type of a disc of it at least. So probably only DVD and sometimes even though it says here that it's on Amazon, it might be like a out of print DVD and it's very expensive or something like that. Yeah. Then this next one, I think it's a French film, so it's The Days When I Don't Exist. Yeah, I don't know that much about this, but based on this shot and then the plot synopsis, it sounds like very fascinating to me. Story that mixes fantasy, philosophy, and everyday reality. Yeah, that kind of sounds like something I will enjoy because I love films that are about everyday reality. I love films that have lots of philosophy in them, and fantasy elements can be great as well. But yeah, apparently it's on some type of a disc on Amazon Germany, and you can see that only 1.3K people have rated it on Letterboxd. It has 3.8 average rating, and yeah, it's directed by Jean-Charles Fitoussi. Again, I don't know anything about this director. Um, but yeah, he has made 12 films, although many of these look like short films probably. But yeah, very much looking forward to this film, although it might be hard to find. Although I'm pretty sure that this is actually one of the films that I haven't even tried to find. So yeah, I'm not sure whether it can be found on Rare Film or Internet Archive or YouTube, for example. Yeah, but we'll see. I should look out for that soon. So this is something that looks very interesting to me. It's called Despite the Night by Philippe Grandrieux, but yeah, modern French film, I think. And yeah, this shot kind of really speaks to me. It looks like it could be very hypnotic and very stylistic and beautiful. This kind of reminds me of like even David Lynch a bit. But yeah, very much looking forward to watching this. And again, it says that it's on available on some type of disc. I think I tried to search for this online once, but I couldn't find a streamable copy. But I will have to look out again. Yeah, 10 people that I follow on Letterboxd have seen it. Yeah, this also has 3.8 average rating. But yeah, this is one that I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna love, although who knows, maybe it's completely different than my expectations are, but we'll see. It would be really cool to find some really great, like contemporary French films, because usually my favorite French films are from the 60s, 70s, 80s, couple from the 90s, but not that many from 21st century. Yeah. Then of course I'm gonna talk about Kiyoshi Kurosawa as he seems to appear in all of my videos these days. But this is Doppelganger, starring Koji Yakusho, and I think Solitary Ronin said that this is his favorite Kiyoshi Kurosawa film, so I'm very much looking forward to it, and I've become such a huge fan of Koji Yakusho in the past year or so as well, and this sounds very interesting. Okay, many Kurosawa films are on YouTube, and but I think this one isn't, so that's too bad. But we'll see if I can find a copy. Yeah, and you can watch it on Canopy in the US, and there's some type of a disc in Amazon Germany. But yeah, I'll try to track this down soon. Then this one I'm extremely excited about. It's Guy Gill's film Earthlight. I'm a big fan of a couple other films from Gills. He's a kind of an underrated hero from the Nouvelle Vague period. But his films are very beautiful and stylistic, so I think I'm gonna love this one, and I've heard great things about this one. But again, I haven't been able to find a good quality copy of this. Yeah, and I really hope that maybe Radiance would put like Gill's films out. Yeah, he seems like a director that maybe Radiance would put out his films. Yeah, I'm not really hoping that any other label would do it because yeah, most labels don't really put out an underrated French new wave, especially these days. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, it will come out on Blu-ray. Then we have the brand new Mike Lee film. I'm extremely excited about this, and this is probably something like one of the first ones out of this list that I'm gonna watch. Everything that I've heard about this film suggests that Mike Lee is kind of back to his kind of signature style and that he has returned to form because he has in the past couple of decades made a few of those kind of more bigger budget films with bigger stories like again Topsy Turvy and Mr. Turner and Peter Lou. And I actually haven't seen those films of his because they don't really interest me that much because they just look like something that I'm not gonna like as much as his usual stuff. But I absolutely love his usual films, his usual style. He's one of my favorite filmmakers in my top 20. So I'm pretty confident that I'm absolutely gonna love this one. And it has Mariana Jean-Baptiste from uh oh god, I'm blanking with the name even though it's like one of my absolute favorite films. Secrets and Lies, yeah. Yeah, that's one of my top 20 films of all time and she was so great in that film. So yeah, I'm just so excited about this. Yeah. Then we have the Human Ballet from Kihachi Okamoto. So this is a film that again is part of the Japanese New Wave. I think it might have been even from the ATG studio. And this was something that Daisuke Beppu, one of the great YouTubers, recommended me this film like some years ago when I was just first getting interested in Japanese New Wave and I actually asked Daisuke then for some recommendations and this was one that he recommended it to me. Yeah. And um, I've seen like copies of these online, but they've always been like 360p copies that look really awful. So yeah, I haven't watched those, but hopefully I can find a better copy of it somewhere. This is even starring Chishu Ryu and Tatsuya Nakadai, although they are very kind of below here on the actors list, so they probably have very minor roles. So Tatsuya Nakadai is the narrator and Chishu Ryu is a bookstore man, so maybe it's just a very small role. Yeah. But I love Kihachi Okamoto's The Sword of Doom, and that's by the way actually the other film that we are gonna talk about on the podcast. Yeah, we are planning to shoot those in the 2nd of March. Yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna love this film, but yeah, hopefully I can find a good copy. But if I can't, I need to eventually watch the full copy as well. And I guess this is the type of film that maybe Radiance could release as well. Then we have a Nobuhiko Kobayashi film, I Are You, You and Me, or I think the other name for it is Exchange Students, one of his 80s films. And I think this is also one that I have seen copies for this. I think there might have been a copy in the Internet Archive website because they have lots of Obayashi films, but I believe that the copy was really awful. Kind of like the quality of this shot here, it's really blurry and stuff. But yeah, I've heard that this is a really good Obayashi film, so very much looking forward to it. Yeah. Then I actually have a copy for this one, although the copy is like 480p, pretty bad quality. But it's I Don't Want to Sleep Alone by Chai Ming Liang. And this is one of the couple feature-length Ming Liang films that I haven't seen yet. Yeah, I've heard good things about this one. Yeah, 3.8, 3.8 average rating on Letterboxd. That seems to be the typical average rating for these films for some reason. But yeah, one of his mid 2000s films. So I think this came out just after The Wayward Cloud, which is my favorite from him. And it says here that it can be bought and rented from the UK Amazon, and also you can get it from the Amazon Germany. But yeah, sadly, many Ming Liang films aren't available on Blu-ray. There are, I think, older DVDs for many of them, but many of them aren't on Blu-ray, even though he's one of the greats. So that's pretty sad. But yeah, really looking forward to this one. Then I think I discovered this film quite recently. It's called In the City of Sylvia by Jose Luis Guerin. Don't know much about that director, but yeah, I really like these types of stories that a man returns to a city to try to track down a woman he met 6 years earlier. Yeah, but this has also 3.8 on Letterboxd. I don't know why all of these have 3.8. Yeah, but I'm not sure how easy this is to find on YouTube, or not on YouTube, but anywhere online. But again, it seems to be available on Amazon at least. Yeah, but this just looks like a film that I'm probably gonna love. Although again, as I don't know the director, maybe his style is something that I don't like, but I have a good feeling about this one. Yeah. Then this next one is definitely one of the ones that I'm most excited about, as it is kind of a collaboration between Finland and Japan. So it's by Naoko Okigami. It's Kamome Dinner or Diner. So this is actually, uh, I think, about like Japanese people in Finland. Although if you look at the uh, actor list here, most of these names are Finnish names. Yeah, but this is just something that I'm so excited about. But I haven't been able to find a copy of this yet. This I would probably watch immediately if I had the copy to it. And I watched another Naoko Okigami film last year called Close Knit, which I really enjoyed. And I also have another film from Okigami ready to go called Rent a Cat, which looks to be very interesting. So, but this is the one that I'm most excited about from Okigami. Yeah. Then we have a film from Eric Romer. It's called The Lady and the Duke, one of his late films. But some of these like 2000s films that he made are quite hard to find. I think they are on like out of print DVDs and stuff, but haven't been able to find these films in online. Yeah, probably I will have to at some point just get the old DVDs. Yeah, but yeah, these probably won't be among his best films, but I'm very much looking forward to his late films. Yeah. Then we have L'amour fou from Jacques Rivette. I think many people think that this is one of his best films, and it has Bulle Ogier, and I'm a big fan of her. But this came out on Radiance, although it's now out of print, and I didn't manage to get a copy. But this is on the Criterion channel, and I can kind of have a hunch that Criterion is gonna release this one. They've released some other films that Radiance has released as well, like that one Globe Rocca film. So maybe Criterion will release it, but this is something that can always be found on online. Like I think it's even on the Rare Film website and stuff. Yeah, it's a really long movie, so that's one of the reasons I haven't watched it. But it sounds like with like scenes from a marriage, with like theater production stuff, which is very typical to Jacques Rivette. Yeah, but I will probably love this one as I'm a huge fan of the director. So this next film was mentioned by Steve for Films in one of his videos. It's called The Little Mermaid by Karel Kachuna. So this just looks like my type of film. Again, Steve for Films does those videos where he edits like shots from films together, and like the couple of shots that he edited from this film just made me really excited about this film. And like I said earlier, I often can tell based on shots alone whether I'm gonna like the film or not. So based on the aesthetic of this film, I'm gonna like this one a lot. And isn't this the director who made yeah, Goes to Vienna? And I have seen that one, and it's really good. And I've also heard great things about this one, the ear. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna try to watch this one soon because it looks like it's gonna be a masterpiece. So yeah. Yeah, then we have a Raul Ruiz film called Love Torn in a Dream. So I think I managed to find a copy of this on YouTube quite a while back, maybe like a year ago. But I think the copy was quite bad, so I didn't end up watching the film. But I'm a big fan of Ruiz based on the few films that I have seen, and this just sounds like a very interesting film. Yeah, and it's one of his highly rated films here on Letterboxd. This one has 3.9, not 3.8. And apparently there's some type of a disc of it available as well. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love this one. Yeah. Then this next one I've been very excited about is Macho Dancer from Lino Brocca. So I've seen a couple of other Lino Brocca films, which are Moneyline, The Close of Light, which is a masterpiece, and then Insiang, which is a great movie. And I think there's a copy for this on the Internet Archive website, but I think it didn't have English subtitles, and the quality of it was really bad. But I'm really dying to watch this one, so I really want to find it. There are few people that I follow Letterboxd have seen it, so it must be available somewhere. But yeah, hopefully I can track it down. Yeah. Then this is a recent Japanese film called The Man by Kei Ishikawa. Yeah, have heard some good things about this one, and it sounds very interesting based on the little information that I have about it. Yeah, but yeah, this doesn't seem to be streaming anywhere, so I'm not quite sure where this can be watched, but hopefully I can find it somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it can be hard to find even these like very recent Japanese films in the West because they often just release the Koreda and Hamaguchi films and those like films from very popular directors here, but they don't always release some of these other films from Japan. Then this is a French new wave film. It's called A Man and a Woman by Claude Lelouch. So this is something I've wanted to see for such a long time. It sounds like my type of film. And I have a DVD quality copy for this one ready to go. So I can watch it whenever I want. And it actually is from my favorite year in cinema history, 1966. So this film might make that year even better for me. Yeah. And Anukami is a great actress. Really like her. Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna love this one. Then we have another Raul Ruiz film. It's called Manoel's Destinies. I think I've sometimes seen copies for this on YouTube, but again, in very bad quality. And I think one thing that has confused me about some of those copies is that here it says that it's like 152 minutes, but some of the copies that I have seen have been way shorter. So I wonder if there are like different versions of this film. And apparently there are different versions here as well. Three different versions of his encounters in the garden. So yeah, nice coincidence. Yeah, but again, probably something that I'm gonna love as it is Raul Ruiz. Then we have a Roberto Rossellini film, The Messiah. So this is about Jesus, and I love Rossellini's kind of historical films a lot. But this seems to be a bit harder to find often than some of the others. Although I think I found a decent quality copy of this in the Internet Archive website, and I believe it had English subtitles as well. So I'll have to try to watch that copy, and hopefully the copy is watchable. Yeah, but this is probably very good. Rossellini very rarely disappoints. Then this fairly recent Japanese film called Mio on the Shore by Ryutaro Nakagawa. And I would also like to see other Ryutaro Nakagawa films. I haven't seen any of his films, but he seems like an interesting director. And this, based on the plot, it seems like one of those beautiful slice of life Japanese films about very universal themes. So if you are in the US and you have Amazon Prime, you can watch this one there. But it's a bit harder to watch it here in Europe, unfortunately. Yeah. Then we have a Sokurov film called Moloch. So I think this is about Hitler. Yeah, and he made like few of these type of films. I think one is from about Lenin, and this is about Hitler. And I think I also put the Lenin film here on this list. But Sokurov's films can be very hard to find, unfortunately. I've seen three of them and I loved all three, so I'm very excited to watch more from him. But it's too bad that his films are so hard to come by because he seems like he might become one of my favorite directors. And yeah, again, he has an incredible visual style. I think he was a student of Tarkovsky, and you can see that. Although he doesn't copy Tarkovsky necessarily, but he also has just very beautiful, quite hypnotic style. Yeah, and these films of his that are based on historical figures sound very interesting. Then this one is available on the Internet Archive website in like 480p quality, and it has English subtitles, I think, but it's called Moonlight Whispers by Akihiko Shiota. And this is one that I've been quite looking forward to for maybe 2 or 3 years now. Yeah, it sounds interesting. It sounds like one of those quite transgressive Japanese films. Yeah, but yeah, sounds interesting. So this next one is actually, I think, about to come on Blu-ray from Third Window, and I'm thinking of that I might blind buy it very soon. But it's called New Religion by Keiichi Kondo. I've heard really good things about this one. It looks and sounds very interesting. And to be honest, this shot, even though it's very basic shot, like it has just something about it that tells me that I'm gonna love this film. Like I'm such a weirdo that again, based on these types of shots, I can just kind of tell I'm gonna like a movie. But it usually my hunches again are correct. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna blind buy the Third Window, and hopefully I will like the film as much as I think I will. But you can get it from Amazon Video US as well and Google Play US. Yeah. Then this is a new film called Nickel Boys by Ramel Ross. I've heard really good things about this, so based on the things I've heard about it, they made me quite excited about this film. Yeah. And there are ways you can watch it, and again, I've read several kind of 5 star and 4.5 reviews for it on Letterboxd. Yeah. And is this a 824 film? It might be. Uh, yeah, I'm not quite sure. Maybe it isn't, but yeah, very looking forward to it. Very much looking forward to it. Yeah. Then we have a Philip Garel film called Regular Lovers. So this is situated in the kind of the student protests in back in the late 60s in France. Philippe Garel is of course a very challenging filmmaker, and he's kind of the definition of pretentious. Although I don't necessarily think that he's pretentious, but based on what most people think is pretentious, yeah, I think Philip Garel fits that definition perfectly. But yeah, I'm a big fan of him. A couple of his films are on my favorites list. This is probably the one out of the ones that I haven't seen that I'm the most excited for. Yeah, I should watch this soon. Then we have another Guy Gills film. It's called Repeated Absences. Yeah, and for some reason this kind of looks to me that this might be a bit like Bresson's The Devil probably, but we'll see. But yeah, it's probably gonna be very good. And I think I saw a copy for this in maybe the Internet Archive, but maybe it didn't have English subtitles or something, or maybe it was really bad quality. I don't really remember, but there was something off about it, unfortunately. Then another late Rome film, it's called The Romance of Astrea and Celadon. So this looks to be like another good Rome film. But like I said with The Lady and the Duke, I'm not expecting these last films of his to be among his best films, but I'm still very much looking forward to them. But these can be quite hard to find, other than again the old DVDs. Yeah. Then we have a Johnny To film, Romancing in Thin Air. And I have to say I've seen a couple of Johnny To films and I've kind of been very disappointed by them. I know people love Election a lot, but I didn't get much out of it. But this film sounds more like my cup of tea based on the plot synopsis, as I'm more into romance films than action thrillers. Yeah, and I've heard really good things about it. And surprise, surprise, it's 3.8 on Letterboxd, so I don't know whether that's a good or bad sign, but yeah. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. Should try to find it soon. Then we have Samurai Assassin by Kihachi Okamoto. I have a copy for this, but it's really bad quality, and I think even the what's the word? The aspect ratio was a bit off, so I'm kind of waiting a bit that maybe somebody releases this on Blu-ray or something, but we'll see. We'll see. But I love samurai films, and this is starring Toshiro Mifune, so it must be good. And I think this was uh, reviewed by Solitary Ronin, and he really loved it. Yeah, there you can see Solitary Ronin, and he gave it 5 stars. So yeah. Then we have another Sokuro film called The Sun. So it's about Emperor Hirohito. So this is probably very similar again to the Hitler film and to the Lenin film. And this is probably really amazing, I would assume. But just have to find a copy for it. Yeah. Then we have a Shunji Iwai film called Swallowtail Butterfly. I think there's a copy for this on YouTube, but I looked at the comments for that copy and I think it said that due to maybe copyright issues, they had to silence the soundtrack for some of the scenes. And I really don't want to watch a copy like that that has been kind of, you could say, censored a little bit. I want to see the whole film as it is intended. So that's the reason I haven't watched it yet. But hopefully I can find a copy that's the whole that is the whole movie as it is. Yeah, big fan of Shunji Iwai, so I'm probably gonna like that one a lot. Then we have another Obayashi film, one of his bit later films called Switching Goodbye Me. I think I saw Go before this on YouTube maybe, but it was pretty bad quality, so that's why I haven't watched it yet. Although this probably isn't available anywhere in great quality, as it is a pretty unknown movie. Like you can see, only 743 people have rated it here on Letterboxd. Yeah, but I'm probably gonna love that one. Then the last five, so we have a Zulawski film called Shamanka. Yeah, so this is probably something that you can find maybe like 480p copies online. And I think I might actually have a copy for this. I don't even remember. I think I have copies for a couple of Zulawski films that I haven't seen yet, but I haven't watched them yet. Yeah, but I'm a big fan of Zulawski. Love his anarchic, crazy style. Yeah, and this apparently is absolutely insane as well. So this is a Kiyoshi Kurosawa film, and I haven't been able to find a good quality copy for this one. It's also starring Kochi Yakusho. Yeah, very excited to watch this one. Hopefully, it will be released on Blu-ray soon, so then there would be a great quality copy for it. Yeah. Then another Sokurov film. So this is the one about Lenin. Yeah. Yeah. Again, haven't been able to find this one online at least, but maybe it's available on an old DVD again because it says here that it's available on disc. Yeah. Then another Raul Ruiz film called Time Regained. So this is, I think, some kind of an adaptation of Proust. But of course, as the Proust work is so long, you cannot really adapt that whole thing to a movie. But this kind of adapts some specific part of it, I think. And it's starring Catherine Deneuve and Emmanuel Pecht, two of my cinema crushes. So yeah, it would be great to see them together. But yeah, this is something I've been really looking forward to for quite a while. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a masterpiece. I have that hunch about it. Yeah. And then last but not least, we have The White Meadows by Muhammad Rasulov. And what made me excited about this film is this shot here because it's like very provocative looking, very interesting shot. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love this film a lot. Yeah. But again, I haven't been able to find this online to stream anywhere. But it says that it's on disc on Amazon Germany. But of course, the German discs often don't have English subtitles. So yeah. But I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a masterpiece. Yeah. But that's it for these 40 films. Maybe you got some recommendations out of this as well. Again, I cannot say for certain that these are great films as I haven't seen them myself, but I'm pretty sure that most of them will be really good or great. And I might do a part two for this topic because, of course, there are so many films that I'm excited to watch. But anyway, let me know if you have seen any of these and what you think of them, or if you know where you can find any of these that I said that I've struggled to find, and let me know some films that you are very much excited to watch, whether they are upcoming films or older films. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't drink Coke at all. Sayonara and arigato gozaimashita.